This video is going to cover how to put a house inside of a trust in Georgia. When your house is inside of a trust, it will be able to avoid the probate process, have asset protection, and pass directly down to your family when you pass away. So this video is going to go over step by step exactly how you can put your house inside of a trust without using an attorney. We're going to go over the summary of the steps, then we'll break these down in more detail. So the first one is going to be choosing which type of trust. So it's going to be revocable or an irrevocable trust. Second one is going to be naming a trustee and the beneficiaries. Third one's going to be drafting and signing your trust documents. Fourth one's going to be transferring the property out of your name into the name of a trust. Step 5 is going to be filing the deed at the county clerk's office in the county where the property is located. Step 6 is going to be notifying your lender and your insurance company that the trust now owns that property. Now let's talk about how to put your house inside of a trust in Georgia in greater detail. So step 1 is going to be choosing which type of trust you want. The two main options that we have is going to be revocable or an irrevocable trust. A revocable trust avoids probate. An irrevocable trust gives your house asset protection from any liabilities you may have, things like divorce settlements, lawsuits coming after you, or creditors. With a revocable trust, you can be the trustee and the beneficiary. With an irrevocable trust, you cannot be the trustee or the beneficiary. As an example, the trustee would sell a house inside of a trust. A beneficiary would take distributions from the proceeds of that sale. With a revocable trust, you will not lose your homestead exemption as long as you're meeting the requirements of your local authorities, but with an irrevocable trust, you are likely to lose your homestead exemption. With a revocable trust, you will not trigger the due on sale clause, so all you need to do is notify your lender. With an irrevocable trust, you will trigger the due on sale clause, so you need to get permission from your lender, refinance the property into the name of a trust, or pay the property off completely. Most people are just going to choose a revocable trust because it gives them the flexibility to change, amend, or cancel that trust at any time, and the property is still going to avoid the probate process when they pass away and go directly down to the family without the court's involvement. Step 2 is going to be choosing your trustee and beneficiaries. Now, with a revocable trust, you can be the trustee while you're alive, and then you would name backup trustees who would step into your role as trustee when you pass away and take over the management of the property inside the revocable trust and then distribute it out to the beneficiaries. With an irrevocable trust, you cannot be the trustee, so you have to choose someone else to manage that property inside of the irrevocable trust on behalf of the beneficiaries. It could be anyone like a family member, a friend, or a professional trustee. And then with either type of trust, you're going to choose the beneficiaries that you want to pass the house down to. This could be things like your kids, a spouse, etc. Step 3 is going to be setting up the trust document and then signing it to make it a valid document. So in this trust document, you need to outline who's the grantor, which would be you, the person setting up, who's going to be the trustee, who's going to be the beneficiaries, is it revocable or irrevocable, and then more specifically, we want to outline how that house should be managed and then distribute it out to the beneficiary. We have a few different options on how we can set up the trust and manage and distribute the property out to the beneficiaries. The most common ones are going to be we can sell the property while it's inside the trust and then distribute the money evenly out to the beneficiaries. The second one is going to be we could distribute the property directly down to the beneficiaries, let them co-own it and figure out what they want to do with that property. We could keep the property inside of the trust and let one of the beneficiaries live in that property, or we could keep the property inside the trust, rent it out, let the kids benefit from the cash flow of that rental property, but it gets managed on their behalf. You could also control the distribution, so you could keep the property inside the trust while they are minors until they become of age. You could do age-based distributions like when they turn 20, 25, 30, etc. Event-based distributions when they graduate college, get married, buy their first home. So step 4 is going to be signing that trust document per Georgia state laws. So in Georgia, for it to be a legally valid document and to be held up in court, you have to sign it in front of a notary and 2 witnesses. Now, the 2 witnesses cannot be people who are beneficiaries of that trust. You have to choose 2 random people to be those witnesses. Step 5 is actually transferring the property out of your name into the name of a trust. You would do this using either a quitclaim deed or a warranty deed. On that document, you put your name, the name of a trust, a legal description of the property, sign it in front of a notary and 2 witnesses. Then you would take that document and file it at the county clerk's office in the county where the property is located. They will process that document and transfer ownership out of your name into the name of a trust. And now your trust has been funded. You no longer own that property, and now the trust owns that property. Step 6 is going to be notifying your lender. Now, if you have a loan on the property, you need to go to your lender and let them know that you have transferred ownership out of your name into the name of a trust. There's 2 routes that we need to go here. If you have a revocable trust, it will not trigger the due on sale clause because of the Garn-St. Germain Act. All you need to do is notify your lender that you have made that transfer. Now, if you have an irrevocable trust, it will trigger the due on sale clause. It is not protected. The lender has the right to call the remaining balance of your loan due. So the 3 options that you have when putting a house inside of an irrevocable trust in Georgia is getting permission from your lender, refinancing the property into the name of a trust, or paying the property off completely so you don't even have to worry about your lender. When you transfer property into a trust, you have to update your insurance policies. The reason being is that when you put a property inside inside of a trust, you're breaching the agreement that you have with your insurance company, and they have the right to not pay out any claims on the property inside the trust. Now, the agreement that you have with them is that you will maintain ownership of that property. So when you transfer ownership out of your name into the name of a trust, it gives them the right to not pay out any claim. And so what you need to do depends on the type of trust that you have. With a revocable trust, you need to add the revocable trust as the additional insured on your insurance policy, and then you will be the named insured on that policy. You'll still be in control of filing the claims, paying the premiums, and updating the policy. Now, an irrevocable trust is going to be handled a little bit differently. It needs its own policy. So because you have fully separated that property from you as an individual, that policy can no longer be in your name. So what's going to happen is the trustee of your irrevocable trust will have to go to the insurance company, open up a new policy in the name of a trust. And now the irrevocable trust will be the named insured on that policy, and then the trustee will be in control of updating the policy, paying the premiums, and filing the claims. And then you will have to cancel your previous policy that you have. If you're trying to figure out how to put a house inside of a trust and you need help from an attorney, click link in the bio, fill out the form, and schedule a time to talk to some of our team.